Let me finish tonight with tomorrow's release of the John F. Kennedy assassination files. I'm not a conspiracy buff. I've long believed that the best argument against a conspiracy to kill President Kennedy was the basic fact, pointed out years ago by his advance man, Jerry Bruno, that the motorcade route for that day in Dallas, which ended up running just underneath that sixth-floor window of the Texas Book Depository, was not publicized until the day before. How could someone have placed marksman Lee Harvey Oswald in that job at the Book Depository all those weeks before if no one knew it would be within rifle shot of the president's motorcade? Bobby Kennedy initially suspected, like most people, that his brother had been shot by someone opposed to his civil rights and foreign policy stance. Quote, "There's been so much bitterness," his press secretary, the respected journalist Ed Guthman, recalled him saying just after getting the news from Dallas. "I thought they'd get one of us, but Jack, after all he had been through, never worried about it. I thought it would be me." In those first hours, Bobby also asked CI Director John McCone whether anyone in the agency was involved. Kennedy said he phrased the question in a way that he couldn't lie to me. McCone told him they hadn't. But months later, on a trip to Krakow, Poland, Bobby Kennedy was asked the question directly. "Who killed your brother?" Quote, "I believe it was done by a man with the name of Oswald, who was a misfit in society, who lived in the United States and was dissatisfied with our government and our way of life, who took up communism and went to the Soviet Union. He was dissatisfied there. He came back to the United States and was antisocial and felt that the only way to take out his strong feelings against life and society was by killing the President of the United States. There is no question that he did it on his own and by himself. He was not a member of a right-wing organization. He was a confessed communist. But even the communists would not have anything to do with him." Well, Edward Kennedy, the president's other brother, made the same determination in the book he wrote just before his own death. I'm well aware that many scholars and others have questioned the findings ever since they were released. There have been hundreds of so-called conspiracy theories. I was satisfied that the Warren Commission got it right. Satisfied then, satisfied now. I know how strongly Bobby felt that this inquiry be thorough and accurate. In all my subsequent conversations with him, when all was said and done, I believe that Bobby accepted the Warren Commission's findings too. But I've researched enough biography over the years to learn that historic figures like Bobby Kennedy and others say different things to different witnesses. Ted Sorensen, President Kennedy's close aide, wrote in his memoirs that none of the conspiracy theorists has produced any credible evidence to prove a plot by higher-ups to hire Oswald to kill Kennedy. But then Sorensen wrote this: RFK was unable to quash his own suspicions that his brother's enemies were behind his death. When the files get released tomorrow, will we get evidence of other actors, or will the trail end at the man Robert Kennedy described in such emotional detail in the months after Dallas? That misfit, that confessed communist, Lee Harvey Oswald, acting like so many assassins and mass killers before him and since, alone in the darkness of his heart.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.